So the first question is, the classical model of full employment got much more importance during the right option is A1, that is the late 19th century and early 20th century. Who developed the classical theory of income and employment? The right answer is all of the above. J.B. Say, J.S. Mill and Ricardo, all are the classical economists. Third question is, the ideal situation of classical full employment collapsed during which period? So the right answer is the 1930s Great Depression. And after the Great Depression, the classical full employment, employment model fully collapsed, and it is totally a failed concept during this period. The fourth question is, Keynes wrote his book Journal Theory in which year? The right answer is 1936. In book Journal Theory, Keynes presented his own theory, and that theory is known as Keynes theory of income and employment. Sixth question is, Keynes theory of income and employment presented the concept of determination of equilibrium level of national income. According to Keynes, the equilibrium level of national income occur at which point? So the right option is all of the above. According to Keynes, the equilibrium level of national income may occur at full employment, and B is at above full employment, and C is at below full employment. So according to Keynes, all of these points are valid for finding the level of equilibrium national income. If aggregate demand is equal to aggregate supply at full employment, then the equilibrium level of national income will be at full employment level. So the right option is the A1. Ninth question is, if aggregate demand is greater than aggregate supply at full employment, then the equilibrium level of national income will be at, so the right option is at above full employment level. At above full employment level, we will gain the level of equilibrium national income. If aggregate demand is less than aggregate supply at full employment, then the equilibrium level of national income will be, the right option is a B1, at below full employment, where there is equality between aggregate demand and aggregate supply. 12th question is, by effective demand, Keynes means, effective demand stands for, the right option is all of the above. According to Keynes, by effective demand, it means it is aggregate demand, aggregate supply, and level of national income. 13th question is, according to Keynes, which factor is responsible for unemployment in the country? That is a deficiency of effective demand. According to Keynes, high level of income and employment in the country depend upon high effective demand. Keynes theory of income and employment supports state intervention. Keynes was highly against the classical idea that the economy should be a free economy and the state should not interfere in the economy. But according to Keynes, state should interfere in the economy for the welfare of the country. To remove 16th question is, to remove inflationary and deflationary gap, Keynes supported state intervention. Keynes strongly supports that state should interfere in the economy to remove inflation and deflation. So the right option is the A1. 17th question, by which approaches we can present the equilibrium level of national income? The right option is the D1, that is all of the above. That is aggregate demand and aggregate supply method, and B is leakages and injections method, and savings and investment method. Basically, saving and investment method is also known as leakages and injections method. So if अगर आपको ये सारी ऑप्शंस आए तो आपने all of the above पे क्लिक कर. Determination of equilibrium of an economy can be studied by, the C is the right answer, that is equality of aggregate demand and aggregate supply, and B is equality of saving and investment. We use both these methods to find the equilibrium level of the national income. Keynesian theory of employment is based upon the concept of aggregate demand and supply both. Keynes have used aggregate demand and aggregate supply in his theory. The components of aggregate demand is, the right option is the A1, the right option is the D1, that all of these components are included in the aggregate demand, that is consumption, government and investment expenditure. Here aggregate demand is equal to C plus I in two sector economy, while aggregate demand is equal to C plus I plus G in three sector economy. Here it is AD, it is not ASD. S is long Newton here. It is AD in C plus I plus G in three sector economy. 21st question, aggregate demand is the which are the right options? The right option is the A and C. Aggregate demand is the total demand for goods and services, and C is also, that is national income which has been earned by the factors of production against rendering of their services. So एग्रीगेट डिमांड, अगर आपको एग्रीगेट डिमांड की डेफिनेशन या उसके बारे में आए तो इट स्टैंड्स फॉर टोटल डिमांड फॉर गुड एंड सर्विसेज एंड नेशनल इनकम विच हैज बीन अर्नड. एंड एग्रीगेट सप्लाई इज द राइट ऑप्शन इज द F, दैट इज B and D. एग्रीगेट सप्लाई में क्या क्या इंक्लूड होता है? दैट इज टोटल आउटपुट प्रोड्यूस्ड इन द इकोनॉमी. एग्रीगेट डिमांड में हमने पढ़ा था दैट इज द टोटल डिमांड फॉर गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज, एंड एग्रीगेट सप्लाई में है ये टोटल आउटपुट विच इज प्रोड्यूस्ड इन द इकोनॉमी, एंड द डी इज दैट इज नेशनल इनकम विच हैज बीन प्रोड्यूस्ड बाय द फैक्टर्स ऑफ प्रोडक्शन. एग्रीगेट डिमांड हमने क्या पढ़ा था? नेशनल इनकम विच हैज बीन अर्नड, एंड एग्रीगेट सप्लाई में क्या है? विच हैज बीन प्रोड्यूस्ड. ये बेसिक डिफरेंस है बिटवीन एग्रीगेट डिमांड एंड एग्रीगेट सप्लाई. नाउ द 23rd क्वेश्चन इज द सप्लाई क्रिएट्स इट्स ओन डिमांड. दिस इज द फेमस लॉ ऑफ markets. In the market का ये law है, and it is presented by the say law of market. Basically it is related with the classical economies. Keynesian theory of employment is based upon the concept of aggregate demand and supply both. ये question फिर आ गया दोबारा से. The components of aggregate demand is the all of the above we have stated before. That household consumption expenditure, इसमें एक और तरह से इसको एक्सप्लेन किया गया है, एंड गवर्नमेंट फाइनल कंजम्पशन एक्सपेंडिचर एंड प्राइवेट एंड पब्लिक इन्वेस्टमेंट एक्सपेंडिचर. ए ऑप्शन स्टैंड फॉर सी, बी ऑप्शन स्टैंड फॉर जी एंड सी ऑप्शन स्टैंड फॉर आई. Determination of equilibrium of an economy can be studied by both approaches. We can study this by equality of aggregate demand and aggregate supply, and equality of saving and investment. We use all these methods. Aggregate demand represents now the same aggregate demand को हम एक और तरह से भी define कर सकते हैं. That aggregate demand represents which characteristics, that is it is total income earned. Right option is the A and B, and B option is total expenditure of the economy. These aggregate demand represent these income which is earned and the expenditure of the economy. Aggregate supply represent which characteristics? E option is the right one, C and D. And C and D, what is C and D? That is total goods and services produced and the total factor payments. These two are the included in the aggregate supply of an economy. Equilibrium level of national income where aggregate demand is equal to aggregate supply is known as, the right option is it is also known as Keynesian cross one, and it is also known as the effective demand point. Both options are the right options. Which situation represents the equilibrium level of national income? The right option is the A1, that is C plus I is equal to C plus S. In other words, aggregate demand is equal to aggregate supply, and the C plus I and C plus S, we write these components in two sector economy. 32 question is, if C plus I is greater than C plus S, then what will be the effect on national income to get the equilibrium? That is C plus I should equal to C plus S. Here you see C plus I stand for aggregate demand and C plus S stand for aggregate supply. So the right option is increase in income. Income will increase from Y1 to Y2 to get the equilibrium level, that where C plus I is equal to C plus S. If C plus I is less than, now the situation is, if it is less than, then what would be the effect of national income to get the point of equilibrium? So here the right option is a reduction in income. Income will reduce from Y3 to Y2 to get the point of equilibrium. In two sector economy, which mathematical expression represents the equilibrium national income? two sector economy, the right sector economy we can say that the right option is a B1, where y is equal to 1 over 1 minus c into c naught plus I naught. This expression stands for two sector economy, and here 1 minus c, it is a small c which is marginal propensity to consume, and c naught is basically autonomous investment, and I naught is autonomous. C naught is autonomous consumption and I naught is autonomous investment. It is a mathematical expression of the situation of equilibrium national income. Here you see that in two sector economy y is equal to c plus I, and here c is equal to c naught plus cy, and I is I naught. So when we put this in the basic equation, that is y is equal to c plus I, so we get the end result, that is a B.